everybody, and welcome back to the George Collection. Today I want to take you on a little tour through this issue. This is the August 1999 issue. This is the issue just after July of 1999. And this is one of my favorite magazines because of this right here. It's Ben Stiller, the political humor issue, and he's sharpening his pencil in a Bill Clinton pencil sharpener. If you're into symbolism, that's a big symbol right there. He is wearing a red tie with a red phone, and I just think this cover is very perplexing because there were never any other political humor issues, and there were never any other guest editor-in-chief. So the very first picture when you open up this magazine, you got a giant hot dog right when you open the first page. You got a lot going on here. It's obviously a cigarette commercial or advertisement. But there's just, the hot dog really caught me right when you open the first page. So very interesting. Moving on to the editor's letter. I've read this whole letter in a previous episode. And what's interesting is you've got Ben Stiller, and he says, "I'm in charge here." That's John Kennedy in the background. And he wrote this whole, story here, editor's letter, about what's going on. It's very funny, very comical. What I find very interesting is at the very end, Ben signed it, and it looks like an R. Kind of crazy. And then it's on page 4. G is 7 in gematria, and then you've got page 4. So 7, 4, you can mirror that. It's 47, that's John. And we have an R. So I find that very interesting, all on the editor's letter. The next thing I want to show you is the content page. We have, all the articles are written out with little descriptions, the page numbers. But up here, we have a little cartoon with Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton and a very bald Bill Clinton. And it says, "So Chelsea, what did you learn about with Daddy on Bring Your Daughter to Work Day?" And Chelsea's smoking a cig, and just a very derogatory cartoon of Hillary Clinton and a very not so nice picture with Bill Clinton, which kind of fits into this Bill Clinton pencil sharpener on the front cover. Another thing I wanted to show you is this House of Games article. With Hillary Clinton campaigning in New York and Chelsea off traveling, Bill Clinton will have lots of time on his hands this summer. Luckily, the White House is chock full of non-indictable activities to keep the commander-in-chief occupied while he's home alone. It just goes through and shows all the different amenities of the White House, which is kind of an interesting article. And I really like the layout of this article too. It's very cool. All right, now I'm going to bring you to this one. This is on the primaries page. Hillary Clinton in a New York baseball hat, and it says, "Hillary's nightmare scenario. Sure, New York Democrats are in a frenzy with visions of Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton dancing in their heads, but could she still get cold feet and not run? The answer, according to one GOP insider, is not just maybe, but a resounding yes. She's not going to run, the source says. And the reason is Rick Lazio, the boyish 4-term Republican representative from Long Island, is likely to join the race. Fiscally conservative, he was close to Newt Gingrich. Lazio holds moderate views on abortion and guns that will play well across the state. Hillary's poll numbers are at their peak now, but as people get to know Lazio, she'll sink like a stone." Here's just some pictures from people out and about. We've got Hillary Clinton with Citigroup's Sanford Wheel. And it says they're best buddies. Need a loan? Citigroup Sanford Wheel with best buddy Hillary Clinton. I need to look into this Sanford Wheel. The next thing I wanted to show is another page of punchlines, is what it's called. But again, we have Bill and Hill on here. And it says Hillary Clinton, 485 people online ahead of the First Lady. She's number 486. I should look that up in gematria and see if there's anything there. Then we have Bill Clinton saying, "Possible perjury before co-op board. I do not play any loud musical instruments. I do not have a dog." Then we have here, "Weekends in the Hamptons with the Spielbergs." That's supposed to be Bill Clinton. Same light as when I shot at Normandy. You saw Private Ryan. Same light. Same light. Interesting. Spielberg and Clinton together. The reason I love this issue is because of the timing. So this issue came out in August of 1999, was obviously in the works probably in June of 99, probably a little bit earlier, maybe even May, depending on their workflow. But earlier this year, on the cover of the Garth Brooks cover, it said, "Why Hillary Will Not Be Senator." And then later we have this go on, and we all know the theories surrounding JFK Jr.'s plane crash. There's a lot to think about, and these covers definitely make it a little more perplexing, a little more interesting. So I just wanted to give you a look inside of this issue and just some of the things that were shown with Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and not in a necessarily positive light. As you can see, these George magazines have amazing layouts, great stories, very well thought out, long, in detail, and they're just beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the George Collection and you enjoyed this issue. For all of you who have been asking me where you can get these, you can get them on eBay. And this one is still pretty cheap. Personally, I think this one should be worth a little more, but that's just me. And so you can go to eBay and just search George Magazine and you'll see all of these old issues. These are from 1995 to 2001 was the last one published. So I hope you all enjoy. Have a great week and I'll see you next time.
Of this extraordinary magazine, George, which is a hoot of a magazine. I thought you were a lawyer.
I was.
What happened?
Well, we decided, actually taking a cue from folks like yourself and you around the 1992 election, that there was an opportunity here to change the definition of a political magazine. Certainly the way Americans were accessing information about politics and politicians was changing. Candidates were appearing on late night talk shows, on talk radio, on sitcoms, and there was a kind of a leveling process, and while the rest of media clearly had caught up with that, we felt that political magazines per se hadn't.
Your mother was a hell of an editor at Doubleday.
That's what I hear.
Would she have liked George?
I think she would have.